Hey everybody, welcome to Dragon Necropolis. This is going to be a guide on just some of the polling techniques, what mobs are in here and how to kind of do it, um, and what to look out for, how to handle certain situations and whatnot. So this is an awesome zone. As you can see, we have a fearless bard out front kiting these. This pack right here of phase spiders, which is what we are going to be pulling. That is our main interest, and they're about to go down. So good on him. This zone is, for VARs to start kiting in here, it's about level 53 usually, and that's because of the amount of resists that you'll get or you'll encounter. So even if you hit level 48, I tried it out. I tried it on my other bard at level 48, and I just too many resists. It would take too long, and the consideration is time because you need to be able to kill these before your Spirit of the Wolf wears out or your JBoots, either one. Because without those, these spiders will outrun you and catch you even with strafe, and there's no chance of survival after that if you're not close to the zone. So have that in mind. Remember that you will need Spirit of the Wolf somehow, most likely, or again, if you have J boots, it is possible. Spirit of the Wolf, you get some Spirit of the Wolf pots. Those are about 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes or whatever the timer is, and you can refresh that. You can clear the whole zone within that time frame, so you should be good to go. So don't waste those. And yeah, so this zone is 27-minute repop for these spiders. So almost about a half an hour to get ready and hit them again. So the mobs that we're interested in are, of course, the phase spiders. So these guys, they can have a chance at dropping phase spider blood, which is kind of cool, but it's lore, and they can also drop phase spider carapace. And this is an excellent breastplate for bards, especially if you don't have one or you have something of lesser quality. This is a very good breastplate to have, and especially for a lot of other characters across the board. It has everything we want: charisma, dex, stamina, hit points, all some of your magic resists, AC. I mean, it is an awesome breastplate to get. Anyways, what's even more awesome is the experience you will get from these guys. Um, I said in previous videos, as these spiders go down at level 60 solo, you're getting anywhere from 17 up to 20% if you can get maximum mobs in your kites within that 30-minute time frame. So pretty cool stuff, and that is solo. And again, people come here to maximize that experience to get it for other characters, other people, help them level super quick because you're not taking damage. This is very easy to do once you learn the basics. Can you still die? Yes, I still die to this very day. I've been doing this for months, and I've been killed by single packs of swarm beetles. I've been killed by even 5 spiders. You get stun locked and stuff like that, or you get teleported into a bad area, stuff like that. And I'll explain all of those nuances as we get into it. One of the things about these phase spiders is if they do hit you, they have a chance to proc phase blink, and phase blink is a short range teleport, so they'll actually teleport you away, which is actually in your favor. They teleport you far enough away. You have a few seconds to recover, get yourself nice and orientated for where you are, being sure that you can either keep kiting. I've kited these down with still half a bubble of life left because I was able to survive. But don't depend on that. Don't think that that'll happen every single time. Um, it's always stay away, don't get hit. So this zone is very big. The rule of 1 in this zone is don't touch the bones. Don't touch the bones. They will pop dragon constructs, and I'll get into what they can do. And actually, they have huge aggro radiuses. They are belly casters, so you have to be up close and personal to even hit them. And they also summon, and they hit hard. They hit up in the 200s, so be mindful of that. They have huge aggro radiuses, so even if a dragon was out by these bones, it would be close enough to still aggro myself, even here at the zone in, which is where I'm at now, and then you'd be stuck with them. So there's a few options you'll have to battle those guys, or get them where they need to go, get them parked, and I'll explain all that and show it firsthand in this video. And I'll have timestamps for all these different segments down below. I'll show you the different halves of the zone if you want to pull in halves or the entire zone, and I'll just show you how I pull it and map it out for you. So real quick, all we're interested in is the first level here. The first level is just this whole entire area. It goes all the way back and around. And here is a map that I created. So this is Dragon Necropolis. I handmade some of it. I had the outline, but I just put in all these crazy colors everywhere, and I'll explain all of these here in just a second. So go ahead, take a screenshot if you want. Doesn't matter. These are everything I have been able to confirm thus far in all my kiting in here and actually attempting to get constructs to spawn, or I've seen other people spawn them, and we'll get into what that is. So besides first, rule one being don't step on the bones. Always look to see who is in here kiting. You can always ask, say, hey, how much longer do you have, whatnot. Always be, kind and respectful towards others. Everyone wants this camp, of course. It's very good. I'm only ever in here for a few pulls, anyways, so I'm not here like half the day or something. But other people are trying to get in on it, maximize your time and whatnot, and just have fun doing it. But alrighty, getting into the map here. So this map is constructed just with the basic layout and everything that we care about, kiting, which are the phase spiders. There are some other things that we're going to be able to spawn to get us a little bit more experience, which are swarming beetles, and I'll show those on the map as we go. So this map is technically divided into 3 segments, and if I'm just going to use this real quick just to help divide this out. So normally it'd be this section here, right? I can move this over, I can take this, and then just move this over like that. So these are kind of like the 3 sections, if you will. And what this means is you have the front half, you have the middle, and then you have the back half. So you can see I kind of did this on purpose just to show you that. And all we care about, you can do this however you want. This is just how I do it. And if you want to, want longer downtime, you can kite everything all at once. Or if you just want to split it up and, take a break in between each half or what have you, with a little bit of downtime in the end, then you can do it that way as well. And also depending upon lag, if you pull the entire zone with all traps and all that kind of stuff, you might be at higher chances of lag just because of how many models there are next to your character and how many people are in the zone or what have you. So just some things to think about. So on the map, let me just walk through this. Right, I do have like this table up here, and it's showing that okay, all the bone piles, everything that we want to stay away from are these skull and crossbones all over the place. So those are all the ones that I've seen. I kind of marked them. This isn't drawn to scale, but as accurate as I can make it. A little X next to the bone piles, I have confirmed a dragon construct to spawn. So even though some I have not confirmed, I have not gotten one to pop there, still I would not hit it. It doesn't matter because you can pull all the things in here quite simply without touching any of these bones, and you'll have plenty of distance and plenty of time to get all the spiders and not touch the bones. So beyond that, all the green dots are the static phase spider spawns. So these are always going to be up. You can always see them, and all the way back through the map. So in the front half there are 16 static spawns, and in the back half there are 19 static spawns. So total, if you just pulled only those, you will have 35 total spiders, roughly, if you were able to pull all of them. There's some caveats to why you may not be able to pull the back ones, but we'll get into that here in a second. Additionally, all the stars are traps, and these actually will pop up a phase spider. So these are additional ones. So everywhere where there's a star, roughly, you'll run through those areas. Even if you're in proximity, it will cause these spiders to spawn, even if you're invisible, because some of these don't see invis and then some do. They will cause them to attack you whether you're invis or not. So just be careful of that if you're trying to sneak around somewhere. Going behind these huts, there's one in the back here, so just kind of mapping out your way if you need to invis for whatever reason. There are no spawnable spiders in the back half. Only one beetle pack that I have ever confirmed. But so you have 23 spiders if you were to get every single one to pop up. These triggered ones are, I have not been able to figure it out. They're on some kind of rotation, right? You may only get 2 or 3 per pull around the entire area, and then like every 30 minutes or so, they might reset, and certain other ones will pop back up. So I am unsure. I've never actually calculated it or drawn it out, mapped it out, whatever. But I know that I hit every spot every time that I pull these areas. So cool. Getting into the swarming beetles. So these are packs of these tiny little death scarabs, and they can hit hard and they can stun lock you. I've been killed just by a single pack, oddly enough. And they kept stun locking me, and they can beat you down pretty quick as well. So when you're running and doing all of this, you never stop, right? Unless you have sufficient distance to be able to turn around and see what you're doing. Um, don't ever stop, especially with the swarming beetles and all that kind of stuff. Don't sit there and dance over their spawn point in case they are there. You're gonna get hit and you're gonna get whacked. So I have confirmed 5 swarming beetle points here on the map, and we'll get into, or I'll be able to show you in the video. That'll be its own segment of what it actually looks like. So you have 1 here, you have 2 and down in this corner, 3 in the front half, and then in the center, in this, I call it just a causeway, whatever. On these platforms, the one that we care about is here on the back left, and I have confirmed one on the back side. This is along the wall. You have to hug the wall and to get that one to spawn. Or if you run behind, I guess that may spawn it as well, but I have only ever gotten them by running through here and triggering it that way. So there's a possibility to have all those mobs. These swarming beetles also have approximately half the life of a regular phase spider. So if you get those, they will die a lot quicker. And they give you approximately 1% of experience at level 60 per pack or so. So that's what I've always kind of seen. So I mean, 1% is 1%, right? That's still big. And if you have people in your group, it's still more experience you get to share, and they will level that much faster. So pretty cool. That is pretty much it for the map. And what I'm going to do is in the video, I'm going to divide the section so that you can see the route that I pull and why I pull it. I do have one additional tool that allows me to get into the back corners down here, and I will explain that as we get into the pulling section. And then I'll pull the front half, back half, and then the entire thing all at once. And then I will show you what to do in case you do get constructs. So that'll be in the back end of the video. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. As we get into like certain ones, like this hut right here, this is probably the only unique one. Don't go running in there. You will get a construct. Will pop on there's a pile of bones in there, and it will pop because there's a spider right back here that likes to hide, and you can't hit it directly with anything. You can lull it, maybe get a crit lull or something, but I will kite the rest of the spiders through this hut to pull both of these out. So that's how I do it, and I will explain that all later. In the back half, there are 2 additional traps that you are invisible. One is a root trap in front of this door over here, which I'll try to show. If you are too close to the ledge, it will root you. So if you have an entire pack and you hit that ledge and it roots you, that's gonna be a bad day. You're probably gonna die. It does last, at least it lasted for me quite a while, so be mindful of that. Also in the back here, for the longest time I thought I was going crazy because I always thought I hit this construct, this pile of bones somehow, even though I swear I was well enough away. Well, it turns out I was well enough away, but along this wall over here, there's a sneaky construct, and there's a spawn point to which he can pop. And I witnessed this. I saw another bard do it, and that's the only reason why I know that it is in fact there. So I saw it, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, son of a gun. I'm not crazy. So when you pull through this area, always, be mindful of the wall and the bone pile if you're going to do that. So again, I will get into that in the later portions. Down below, we do have the Chitari and the Chelakis. Those are the rat men. And there are 3. If you get a Chitari, they do not aggro on the spider faction, but if you get a Chelaki, they do. And a Chelaki looks like a diseased rat, just an undead rat, if you will. And if those are near the spiders, they will aggro onto you. Those guys are also able to be high stunned. You can mez them and all that kind of stuff to try to keep them back there. But if you damage them and get them below 96%, they're going to start summoning. So be very careful. If you get a Chitari, I have confirmed that they can blind you, they can dispel you, and that will get you killed as well. If you don't have end parse up and you are blind running through Necropolis. But I've done it. It's possible to survive if you have end parse, and that will update, on your mini map or something like that. But other than that, yeah, you don't want those. They are lullable as well, so you can lull it and then pull the spiders in the back here. Otherwise, occlusion of sound or your dots may not hit the very back one, but that's all right. Most people don't pull them. I have a bracer that allows me to do that, or even a throwing weapon with enough distance, like an Antonian javelins or something like that, to which you can pull those. There are some other hallways, so some tunnel systems to get down to the lower levels. Don't worry about that. Not really worth it. There are Chitari, and up in the front because there's more swarming beetle packs down below, but I wouldn't worry too much about hitting all of those. So I just kind of stay away from the tunnels. A lot of bad stuff down there. There's also a door that leads down to some tunnels over here in the front half. Don't go down there. You can get dispelled. There's like 3 different traps along the entrance there. They'll dispel you, dot you, and all that kind of stuff too, and stun you. So just be careful of that. There's no reason else. There's no other reason to go down there. So just keep it up top. Keep it safe, and you will be good to go. Other than that, that is all I really have. Again, uh, stay off the bones. I can't say it enough. Um, but yeah, we'll show you all of these things here in a moment. So let's get to it. All right, here's a quick diagram of where the swarm beetle traps are. So on the map here, I have confirmed 5 different spots, locations, if you will, where these can be triggered. They're not always up all the time. I don't know how they rotate. They have a weird spawn cycle or like a refresh on the trap, I guess. I have not been able to figure that out, nor have I really like applied anything to figure it out. But these are what I hit almost every time I do these pulls. So first one, every purple star on here is a confirmed trap, swarm beetle trap. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll kind of hit them in that order. 3 of these are in the front half, 1 in the middle half, and 1 in the back half. So I only pull, try to trigger the 3 in the front usually. As I run and pull the back, I will try to, hit as many, at least 3 or 4 if possibly, just to ensure that we get them. And because each pack is 1% of experience typically, even with someone in the group, I believe. So pretty good chunk and kind of worth the time if you can get it. So let's start running here, see if we can get them so that we can show it. Actually, there's a spider up over here. Let me just throw on Invis real quick, see if he can see it, because it is right behind him. I usually come the other way to spawn that trap, but this way we'll just see if we can. So if you're facing straight onto this first hut, it'll be to the right over here in these rocks. So in these rocks are where the beetles will be. So usually you're kind of just running through like that, and granted they're not here. Let's see if we can see them with the AE. There it is. So you can see the ring. That is where the trap is. So that is what you'll run through. I'm usually running this way to pop that trap. So next we'll go to the back over here, down the side here, down the side of the building. So this is facing towards the center, and you'll come down. There's usually a spider right here. So I usually pull them, or I divine aura into here, and we'll see if we can get this guy to pop up. Nothing there. It's usually right about here. Yep, right there. You can see the ring with my AE. That is where the trap is. So pretty cool. Okay, after that, there's just one down here. And so usually I'm kiting around these areas, and then I swing out wide to hit this next one. So if I get rid of this map here, you can kind of look at this wall, and to give you a visual reference, get rid of this. You'll see the 3 areas kind of just they're just segmented, but then they have the main building here, and what we're looking for is the ground right in this area typically, and you'll have to hug that side to get them to pop up. So I usually come around like this. I'll start hugging the wall. I'm strafing like that, and there's usually a spider right here in this corner. So I just kind of do that for a moment. I don't know if you can actually see it here. I don't see it, but this is right where in this section where it would be. And you just keep running, keep strafing, don't stop, because these swarm beetles can hit hard. So I would come in like this,
And then I kind of just edge around and pull the spider and then just keep, doing my route. So cool. Next, we'll go into the center here. We'll go through the doors. And again, it's just showing you, this is not how I pull it, this is just showing you where they are. So in the middle here, in this like little causeway, I call it, you have all these platforms. Um, Nothing spawns in any of these except for the last one. So coming through here, the trap is typically in on the logo right here. So I usually come up and I'll strafe. There they are. Oh, they actually
Spiders
spawned.
popping soon.
So there we go. There they are. And right on that logo is where you want to be. And so the last one, I'm just going to come down here. I'm just going to hug the wall. We're looking for the area where my cursor is. I kind of run along here, and I'll show you when I pull. I actually do like a loop to kind of come back and purposely come back just to see if I can pop the trap. But nothing there. And right where those are now, it's kind of that area. So in between, kind of in between the bones almost, in between where the spiders actually spawn. So what I actually do is I come around like this. It only takes another, a couple seconds to come around with the kite behind you, and then you can kind of swing out. And just making sure that you can run the length of the wall so that you can get them to pop up. And I'll just kind of run like this, or however you want to do it, while strafing, and there you go. And that is it. So those are the 5 areas um, that I try to hit for swarm beetles.
All right, so quickly I wanted to talk about the queen spawn that could possibly happen. So here on the map, I put it in a pink circle here. Um, so I have Queen Raltaas, and what she looks like is she is a much larger spider. And there's a chance that when you run by, it's almost like a trap. And she drops the Queen's Carapace. It is a raid mob, level 66. Hits very hard and does all kinds of unique moves. But here in the back corner of this hut is where she can spawn. Kind of looking back here, you would kind of run over to this corner and she would normally be right in here. Now, when you run by, I run by the side of this, and I think it's close enough to trigger on the outside when I run through. And there's a chance to spawn either another static, just a regular phase spider, or possibly the queen. And what's unique about the queen is that, same as the swarming beetles, if you zone and lose aggro, there's a high potential that they'll just despawn. So if you're looking to if you ever get her and you have a raid force available, I would use that to your advantage and to try to get her down if you can. Otherwise, you need to have aggro put into her. Otherwise, she could potentially just despawn. So she does all the same kind of hits. She could teleport you and all that. She's a much larger model, so you cannot kite her. And if you did happen to hit her with dots, she will summon. But her hit range is much greater, and you will not survive the hits for very long if you do. But I would just zone it out and kind of let it reset. I've only seen her maybe 4 or 5 times after being in here, but yeah, she'll be right in that corner. And that's all I wanted to show on that map. Again, when I run by this area over here, um, it's usually I get her to spawn because sometimes I won't even know. I won't know that she's in my kite until I'm already running through. And I look behind me and I see this huge monster spider, and like, oh, that's the queen. So, and that is just one thing. Also, I wanted to note that I didn't have on the map before.
So let's look at the front half of the zone here as it respawns. So what I normally do is from the front, again, this is going to be your own method. Here, I'll do this in blue as to not to be a different color. Starting at the entrance, I'll kind of come around. I'll tag this spider over here first and this one as I come through. I'm kind of trying to pop this spider if he is there. And I'm running back along the back here. Getting these spiders will be pulled into the kite, trying to pop this guy here. I'll come down, try to pop this guy while also tagging this guy right here, who then also aggroes this one over here as well. And I'll swing back around to get all of these to pull this one in, pull this one in. I'll try to pop this guy here. I'll swing around out here to run along the wall to get see if I can get some swarm beetles to pop up. Cool if we do or not, doesn't matter. We'll swing around, pulling in all of these spiders, coming down. Sometimes I'll DA since I'm level 60 and come into this area to get this trap to spawn while getting all these other spiders, and then I'll run back out and tag this one, try to pop another swarm beetle trap. I will try to trigger this star, this another spider trap, and as I'm doing that, I'm pulling the kite through this building here, and to get those two to pop up, because again, we don't want to run in there. We want to maximize the number of spiders, and we don't want to construct. So we try to pull through there, and while trying to also pop a spider over here, and I'll kind of just run back around, try to do this one again if he didn't pop up, and come all the way back. I will tag the last one over here into the kite, and then I will continue running down. I will swing around these bones through this last star down here at the bottom, and that will be it, and then I'll start kiting out in the front here. So that's kind of the path, and I'll show you that here in a second. Alright, let's get to it. So I start with a spider up front. I'm using my bracer. You can use any kind of dot or what have you. For some of these, we're just going to use body aggro. Like this guy here, I'm just going to run by him. Since I'm there, he's already coming. I'm trying to run to this area. This is where the other spider will pop up. If not, no big deal. Continue your run. You can kind of pull those spiders through, aggroing these ones. Here we go. Kind of nice, big and wide. Always be strafing. That keeps you well away. So there we go. That's one spider popped up. I target the other one over here. For my bracer, I start casting now because it's a 6-second cast. That allows me to run right over here, swing around. No spider there at the moment. Strafing back around. Trying to get all of these right out here in the middle. Will be the other spawnable spider. Okay, nothing there right now. That's okay. I'll kind of swing out wide here. And I'm looking to get down to this area here, so I'll hug the wall a little bit. See if we can get some beetles to pop up. Nothing there. Not a big deal. And aggro these spiders. We'll get all these. I kind of time it right about here. Remember, it's a 3-second cast, so 1, 2, 3. DA is on. I'm running down, also jumping, just I want to ensure I can or can't get the beetles. Nothing there. If you don't have DA, not a big deal. These are just extra.
DA fading.
The swarm beetles again are about 1% per pack, so that's all. It's the only reason why I would even pull them. So pull that through. Try to pop another trap here. Nothing there. There's another spider here. Nothing there again. And we'll kind of angle away to get. It looks like I missed it. That's all right. Gonna run them right back through. Just gonna hug the wall here. Just pull them right through. Oh, the guy's got rats. So hopefully we should be able to see if we got them or not. Yep, we got them out of the inside there. Easy day. I'll kind of run back around this way to try to see if the spider will pop up again. And if not, that's alright. Oh, there he is. So there we go. I'm targeting this guy with the bracer. I can hit him from back here. I kind of doing these zigzags as well to bunch the mobs up. I kind of pre-game it. So there we go. And I'm just strafing them down. I'm going to hit this last area here to see if this spider will pop up. And there he is. Cool, easy day. And now I'll kind of just swing around. I know I want nice big wide circles. There are people here raiding, so just being mindful of what they're doing. I'll just kite it out right over here. So I am using all 4 songs for this, so we'll just kite them down normally here, and that'll be it. So I engage my auto run, auto strafe. Here I am, and just bring it in nice and easy. And there we go. Dots are on, and we're cooking them. So that'll be it for the front half as we do it. As you can see, I can get all my dots in with the strafe method. I do have the videos on how to do this kind of kiting in the description. So that'll be it. So we'll get them down, and then we'll get to the back half.
Alright, so let's look at the back half and what a pull would normally look like just back here. So right now I am just right here at the mouth. And what I'll do is, typically if I don't pull anything else, I'll just run straight. Well, even if I do pull other things, I'll pull straight, just beeline it right to the back down here in order to tag these mobs back here first. So again, you can do this however you want. If you want to go along and pull all of these first, run around and kind of do a simple circle, by all means that's all right. I only do this because I try to tag the back mobs, and I can do that with the items that I have. So again, you can figure out the best route to do in order to maximize the number of spiders you can get. But what I'll typically do is, again, I'll run straight back over here, tag these mobs, and then start running around like this. And as I tag these back ones, I'll tag this guy here, and then I'll tag this spider, and just kind of branch out as I go. And I'm running and aggroing these spiders and running around. Be careful not to pop the sneaky construct here against the wall. So just being mindful, just staying close enough to the bones, but not so close to the wall either. Just a good split. I'm tagging this guy as well. And then I'm hugging this wall, and I hug the wall as I'm tagging these two. And I do that because I'm going to pull the pack of spiders that I already have through the hut in order to get the two inside. And I'll actually run around, and I'll actually run around the hut to ensure that I get them all. And if not, then I can simply DA in, Divine Aura in. If you're not level 60, you can't do that, but you can also pull the pack away. You can pull the pack away this way and continue around here, and then actually beeline it and hit him with a hit this guy back here with a song, or your bracer, whatever you have, in order to get him. And then so there's 2 little ways there. I'll come back around, and then I will come back around through here like that, tagging this guy and this guy. And I just get social aggro on these 2 as they come into the kite. Again, I will pull down and around these bones here just to pick up these spiders, and then I'll swing back around again just to see if I can get that swarm beetle pack to pop. And if not, no big deal. But I'll run back through the middle. I'll jump back onto the platform here to get those swarm beetles if able, and then I'll continue down. If I still have Divine Aura, I might DA and just come back here and try to hit this trap again. But if not, no big deal. I'll run through the side here to pop this spider, this swarm beetle pack, and then I'll try to trip another spider. And again, I'll try to trip all of these in case I didn't trip them the first time. And I'll just run right back down to this guy, to the last one here at the entrance, and then I'll just start kiting again here. So kind of a longer pull. It's about maybe 6 minutes to do the whole thing. But here I am at the Jaladar area right here in the middle. As you can see on my map, I'm right in the center. And so all I really do is I just come down, and I'll just run straight back. Yes, you can pull these, but if I pull them now, there's a chance if I don't outrun them far enough, then I can't tag the back ones, and it just gets kind of annoying. And then I'm just kind of wasting more time if that happens. And that's all really. It's all the only stipulation that I can get. You might be able to levitate and do some levitate stuff. I mean, again, I just want to be able to hit it. If I just hit it the first time and I could just do the kite, I just pull them all pretty easily and effortlessly. So as I get back here, I'm going to explain there are 3 rats back here. And these rats are lullable. They can be high sunned, but they are casters and they do summon. So they're higher than 52 and they can hit hard. So be careful of these guys. I can get actually pretty close at level 60 to tag this back spider. Normally with occlusion of sound or even a dot, the range is not great enough to hit this spider. You definitely hit this one. These are on different factions than the spiders, so you won't aggro the rats unless you aggro the rat itself. Then you'll be good to go. The other mob of consideration. Sometimes there is a diseased rat. There's actually one in the back here, you can't see it. And actually, let's see if I can invis and show you this real quick. If I equip a wind instrument, that'd be great. So this actually be a very good example if I can show you this. So let's see, worker, he's indifferent, indifferent. They're usually indifferent, and the Chelaki is indifferent. So I'll run up here real quick, and so you can see these guys kind of up close here. But so those will summon a root. You don't want those. But these Chelakis look like a diseased rat. And let me just con everything first before I get smacked. Make sure there's no constructs back here. People will park constructs. Just be mindful. But here's a Chelaki. Here's what he looks like. These guys will aggro along with the spiders. So they are on similar faction. Or whatever they do. They will help the spiders out. And they can be high sunned as well. And they do summon. But they don't cast. So just being careful of that. You can maybe mez them and maybe outrun them. Maybe not. But that is it. So those are the two types of mobs that could potentially spawn here. Because people like to farm the weapons that these guys drop. And that is it. So let's get this kite on the road. I come right about up to here. As soon as I can click my bracer, there we go. I'm already casting. He will aggro this one. And so as I'm pulling that, missiles away. I turn around, I just pull this guy. And just kind of keep in line, see that they're already aggroed. And this guy missiles away, he's being aggroed as well. I just give it a second to get a good line of sight. And I start casting on this guy. You can actually probably get close enough on the backside to just body aggro if you wanted to. And you can do that with all of these. Just, again, don't touch the bones. So this last one here, he'll kind of aggro too. And then I just kind of split the area between the wall and here. Kind of beelining right for this spider. And then as soon as I'm in range, I'll start casting. And I kind of time it so I hit this wall here and I can pull that spider through the wall. At the same time, I'm also casting on these guys. And I'm actually hitting DA right now just because for the purpose of the video. So this guy's in the back corner here. And I would just normally just run around sometimes if I wanted to save that DA. And you have plenty of time to run out. If you don't have DA, not a big deal. You can just kite these guys out and around and kind of circle back in. You'll have plenty of distance to hopefully get a dot or even occlusion of sound if you don't have DA up. So just tagging these guys. I'm kind of clicking the bracer regardless, even though I'll body aggro them. So there we go. Split these two. Oop, give a little jump there. No biggie. And then got the three back here that are left. And again, just come back here, mess around, avoid the bones, and just see what you like, what works for you, how to maximize your spiders, whichever way you want. And so I'll take these guys. I'm going to go right back around. It's a nice big circle here. You have plenty of time. No one's usually here, so just coming in. I'm going to come over here, just hug this wall. See if I get any swarming beetles. None there, but that's okay. I run right into the middle here. Not stopping, still strafing while I do this. It does get you some extra distance. Jump up top, hit the emblem. Nothing there. No biggie, right off the platform, and keep going. Try to update the map here as I go. So back out into the main area out here. If I had my DA up, then I would run back in the back here again and try to hit those swarm beetles, but I already used it, so no biggies. 5-minute refresh, but that's all right. So I'm aiming right for the rocks, strafing while I do that. See if I get any beetles. None there. That's all right. Oh, there we go. Got the spawn spider. So that's one. We'll kind of run right out here. See if we can get the other one. Nothing there. And there's one out here. There he is. So you can see them, and the other pack will be right out behind me. And for the last one, going right for this raised edge over here. Start my strafe. And nope, nothing there. That's okay. So there we go. We got all the spiders coming in. And again, we'll just bring it around, group them up a little bit. Let's run over here. And I always pull, so yeah, as you can see, I'm always pulling to the entrance. It's a nice big area. There's plenty of areas within. It's just that this allows you to escape if you need it. Not a big deal. Um, so here I'll engage my auto run, auto strafe, and there we go. Just bringing them in nice and slow again, just as we did in the front half, and we'll just start kiting them down. So dots are on, they're melting, and we are happy. Already going down. So again, with the current instrument modifiers, it takes me about 6 minutes to kite a pack of 25 down. Right now, maybe about 18 or so spiders, I guess. Whatever the statics were. I think all I got were the static spawns, so that is it. And we'll kite these down, and then we'll show the last one with just a full pull of the zone. And again, that is just a combination of both of these, and I'll show, beelining down with the front half, and then pulling the bag all the same way, essentially. Pretty much just combining the two paths that I made. And again, you'll be able to figure all this out, and you'll be able to do it just fine. You're going to find the best way to maximize the amount of spiders, because if you're going to pull more than 25 anyways, you might as well just get them as much as you possibly can, because that will maximize your time and maximize your experience. And that is it. So, not to bore you with any more circles, we'll move on to the full pull.
All right, for a full zone pull, my route is going to be a combination of the two previous, right? So I'm just going to pull everything along this half, and I'm going to come in. I'm going to beeline it straight back to give me time and distance to get these guys in. So then I can just carry on the same way, and I'm going to pull this whole back half, doing this loop here. I kind of just come around if I need DA or not, and then I'll run through, back down, kind of loop around, get those swarm beetles if I can, back through, and if I didn't use DA, then I'll run in and try to get that, and if I did, then whatever, I'll bypass that and just keep coming through and down for a full clear and try to kite right out here in the middle. So that's all I'm going to do, and we'll get to it. Okay, here is the full pull of the zone. And I'm also timing it to see how long it actually takes. I've never actually timed it before to see how long it takes to actually pull everything. And hopefully it all goes correctly. So here we are running through. No trap spider. That's all right. Right now I'm running towards another trap. There he is. He popped up. Also tagging those guys. Still strafing. I will not strafe. Always strafing. Kind of running right out here in the middle. There he is. Another pop spider. Going out wide here so I can run along the wall. See if we can get some swarm beetles. Alright, nothing there. It's alright. Strafing the other way. Just keeping it nice and wide here. Get this last one and then we'll go to the back. Spam that door. I'm not hitting any swarm beetles on the on the platform just yet. I'm gonna wait to go all the way down all the way down to, and come back up to hit that. So right now I want to strafe, I'm going to get ready to start jumping because I want to maximize the distance between us. I'm just going to go straight back. I'm not going to worry about anything else right now. And again, you don't have to do this at all. You can do this whatever way you want it. This is just how I maximize and get the most bang for the buck. Actually, that spider shouldn't be there. I don't know what maybe someone pulled it. Before I run out of stamina here. And get ready. Make sure when you, if you do attempt to pull these back ones, make sure you target the right one. If I target right now, I'm probably, well, sometimes I target that guy or I misclick and target that one. So just be very careful. So I'm not even going to look behind me. I don't even want to know. I just want to get up here, start casting. There it is. They're well behind. My missile's out. I'm targeting this one. This guy will get pulled. There we go. And we're off. Remember, the rats do not aggro unless it is a diseased-looking rat, the Chelakis. Those guys will aggro, so you gotta be careful. Okay, split in the middle here, between the bones and the wall. Don't touch the wall, don't touch the bones. Trying to hug this wall here. I just run around. So that hopefully it aggroes the ones inside. I'm going to pull them right there through that corner because there's ones in there. So I don't have to use my DA to get those. So I kind of just do a quick little peek. All right, nothing there, nothing in there. So cool, we got both of those. And now just going the normal route. There we go. Keep the strafe in. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go hit that one too. This is not a normal situation. That's not normal. It's kind of odd. So I'll figure out why. Anyways, this is it here. This is the normal. This is the normal pull. So I'll just kind of come back around. I'm gonna go hit that spider. I'll pause it real quick. Okay, we have that spider. We're gonna normally we just swing right back around, just like I'm doing right now. And we do have all the spiders behind us, and so I'll kind of just come along the wall here. See if we get any. Nope, nothing there. That's okay. Big old massive spiders. So another reason why you might not want to pull them all is because of lag. These are a lot of mobs, so that could be a reason. So up here on the platform, jumping up, doing a quick little. Nope, nothing there. Right over that emblem in the middle. It's like a picture of a dragon. Nothing there. Good to go. If there is, even better. It'd be kind of surprising if I don't get a single swarming beetle pack. But such is life. All right, so now 3-second cast on DA. You don't need to do DA if if you're not level 60, obviously. Doing that. Nothing there. Oh y'all. And continuing on. So I'll kind of just swing out here a bit, and then I'll come back around, just to kind of like pre-orientate those spiders to. Oh, swarm beetles. There we go. And coming through here. I'm going to pull them through the house. There we go. Running through there, there's another trap spider. We didn't get the other trap one near the hut, but that's alright. Running through here, and there's the other trap spider. Kind of swinging out here. Tagging this last one here. That's the last static. And then we will come over to this area, this little raised platform again, to try to get the last triggered spawn. There he is. So cool, we got the whole zone now, basically. So everything should already be nice and grouped up. It will be here in a second. Just nice big wide circles. Make sure that those swarming beetles are in there. Just keep it wide on that first pass and you'll be good to go. So that took roughly 8 minutes, just below 8 minutes to do all that. Granted, actually more like 6-ish. Probably, no, sorry, 7. Because I had the extra weird spider misplaced. But cool. So let's do that. We'll kite them down. We'll kind of speed up through it. And we can monitor track to see how many we have left. So we'll bring it in. All I'm doing is I'm using all 4 songs. I'm already engaged in auto run, auto strafe. And dots are landing. Just keep a good distance away. There's a ton of mobs here. I'm already missing because I am kind of keeping more conservative, just not getting too close. It's nice and smooth on the mouse pulls. I'm just using mouse steering. So to engage my auto run, auto strafe, I'm hitting forward and strafe. I strafe to the right because I turn to the left. And I click off my screen, I release those keys, and that puts me in the auto run, auto strafe hands free. So all I have to do is right click and steer with my mouse. To make these little circles here. I'm just using smooth pulls to find the right distance, the right radius from these mobs to land these dots. And with this method, you can land all of these. There's another way to also engage auto run, auto strafe if you can't click off your desktop for whatever reason. You can actually hold your mouse, your right mouse button, and then move forward. So you're gonna steer with your right and then move forward with your left, as long as you're right-handed, I guess. And so holding the run button, or the look button, I guess you'd call it. So right mouse key, left mouse key to run. Then you're gonna hold the arrows. So this is gonna be done with both hands, and you're gonna hold your arrows. You're gonna hold. Then you're gonna, while holding the mouse keys, holding both buttons down, forward and then left or right for whatever way you want to strafe. So I would hit my forward arrow key and my right arrow key, hold those, and then with my ring finger push enter, and then you can be hands free that way too. So I might have said a mouthful, but I have to rewatch what I said, and there you go. So these are going down. They are about 6 minutes per 25 mobs. The swarming beetles are half the hit points of the phase spiders roughly, so they will go down pretty quick, about 3 minutes or so. As long as you have all 4 dots and all that kind of stuff. That's just my average typically. And I have the whole thing timed. We'll time it from when I started that poll till when they are all dead. So some other nuances that I don't think I mentioned before. The ground here, sometimes you're not getting hits on your songs, and you're like, why is that? And I swear that the ground is uneven, or whatever the reason is. I think it's the ground, because I could pull these mobs and reset them somewhere else, and all dots land perfectly fine from the same distance that I swear I was just doing. And just a weird thing in the zone. That their character models can, dip below like your field of vision, or like where the AE can actually hit them. However you want to say it, I don't know, but that's what always seems to happen, because I can go through all 4 songs and not get a single hit, and I could be closer than I normally am, and I can't figure out why other than that. So just a weird model pathing, geography thing layout. Uh, just another odd nuance. So, yep. Okay, we'll speed through all this, and we'll get back.
so let's talk about constructs real quick. These are the bone dragons. So when you hit a pile of bones or you hit the sneaky construct spawn point, it will pop one of these bone dragons. These guys have huge aggro radiuses, and they will continue to chase you. You can't really leash them, but I'll explain here in a moment how to park them and some of the nuances with that. But this picture is just showing right here that this is the hit area, why these are belly casters, and why you are able to kite while these constructs are also in your kite. So you can still kill spiders if there are any while doing this. I'm going to show you in just a moment what that looks like. So this is just showing you that graphic depiction of what that looks like, and so that should help better help you understand why it is working when I am kiting down the spiders still, and why this guy doesn't get hit. You don't want to hit him anyways because they will summon, and they can hit hard as well. But that is why they are not able to hit you, even though they have a much larger model. So even with that aside, you can still kite the spiders, no problem. So let's get into that here in just a moment. Okay, so here I have a construct in the kite. So there he is. And I'm going to attempt to just kite these down normally. There's nothing different. I'm going to use the same site pictures and bring it in. So I'm engaging auto run, auto strafe, and just bringing it in just as normal. Nothing is being done. I'm not changing anything. The only difference is you're going to have this huge dragon model now in your screen. So I'm going to, again, I keep it the same site picture. It's just something that you can get used to. And I'm doing this, I want to kite down the spiders still, even though I have the construct, only because I don't want to park the construct somewhere and lose all these spiders, because now they're not going to be able to respawn in their location, and people are going to lose out on spiders. So that is why, if you do get them, it's not a big deal to try and kite these down still. So that is why I'm doing it, and again, same exact way. I'm not changing a single thing. I get all 4 songs to land, so I can stay in there nice and tight. And I can move my camera down just a slight bit, just like this. If the head and neck of the construct are, kind of distracting you. So that's all you got to do there, and that is it. So we'll kite these down, and then I will show how to and where to park these things coming up next. Alrighty, so we have some constructs on us. I'm going to run down to the back end of the zone here into this area to park these guys. So what we'll do is we don't want to get too far ahead, because if we do that, and you cap out instantly, well, they're going to be out here probably still, or just not far enough in. So these won't aggro rats either, I don't believe. But what we'll do is I'll just kind of keep them close. My invis is on, and these guys are indifferent. So I'm just going to kind of hug it here. My cap is ready. Make sure your song is off when you do this. If this guy were to see invis, then I would just use my divine aura and be ready to click it off, and then all of that as they come in. So here we are coming in. We'll just kind of bring it back here to this area. In the back, now they're in here nice and deep. We'll kind of pull them over here. Oh, got a swarm beetle pack, that's alright. And then we'll just cap out. And that's how you'll park them, and they will stay there. So that's the main way of how I would park a construct. Alright, so I'm on the monk again, and I'm going to show you how to repark this construct. It's just, it's like fine right there, but just for the sake of showing you with a FD class of how this can be done. And I apologize to anyone who wants their Sleeper's Tomb key, but we're about to move this guy. So there we go, we got him aggroed, and I'm going to move, and I'm going to run down here. Right, so any class that can teleport, gate, all that as mentioned before, this is a way to park these guys. So the bard, on the bard, I can, gate or something like that, but you're kind of wasting a potion and stuff, or a charge on your cap, and then you gotta run all the way back, and you don't want to have to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place him inside of the Jaladar area. So right now I'm pulling him. I don't want to have any spider ads on me, and so I'm just kind of making sure that I avoid that. So take care in that, because if you pull a spider in there, sometimes they'll just stay in there, and now you're just one spider short, and that's more experience that you're not going to get next time. So what I do is I just run down here. I'll wait for him to come down. There's other constructs in here, so you got to be careful. If you wait too long to DA, or not DA, but to feign death, You could pull all of them, and you might have to just recycle around with all the constructs if there's any in there. I don't really know, but so I just pull them around. These guys have very small hit areas, so now I'm strafing and just going around, and I'm just going to beeline it and get him. I'm going to hug over here to this side because you want him to get, you know, as close as straight as possible. So now what we're going to do, he is directly behind. I'm just going to come this way real quick, hug this wall, and then pull him through the walls like this to give it a potato, and then I'll feign death. Oh, shoot. Fell to the ground. That's alright. Let's redo it. So that can happen too. Well, there's only one in there if only one aggroed, so that's actually pretty good. I guess there was a server reset this morning. I'm not really sure, but we'll just do it again. But that's exactly what you're going to do. You're just going to pull him through, feign death, or you could start gating, doing whatever. If you have a guy bound here, that's all you really need. As long as you have a Spear of the Wolf, you will be good to go. And so we'll just get him back down. We need some We do need some distance. Just wait for him. Get a little closer, and then we'll just run around and just beeline it straight this way. We kind of see where he is. We can kind of gauge how long it will take. And usually I always /Q out because sometimes you pop up, these guys will tether on you for a long time. It is possible that they'll stop. But I'll give it 1 potato, 2 potato, 3, feign death. Alright, then I will /Q out. Alright, we're back in, and what we're going to do is just run around real quick, make sure that the construct is in there. So again, Shadow Knight, Necromancer, obviously the Monk can park these guys like that. And that's why I would /Q, is just to make sure you clear that aggro. So I can sit and see, there he is there for a brief moment. You can kind of see him. And he's the only one in there. So, yeah, you can do this with a Druid or a Wizard. A Wizard is also preferred, just because you have like a TL box, and you can, if you're bound close by, that's one thing. If the Wizard or the Druid is bound very close, and that is also another great option. You just have to time it. I would pull him out a little bit further and run in to give you some casting time as the dragon runs in. So, that's how you can do it. Or if you have a res box, obviously, if I had a res box, on a corpse, then I could run them in, just click the res, and then you'll be good to go. But that's how you can park the constructs.